In restaurant talk, back of the house is the kitchen area where the chefs use their skills and talents to bring their creations to the waiting diners. Each week, we visit a restaurant and go to the back of the house to meet some of the talented people that are a part of our Lake County community. Our host is Valerie Hart, who for 35 years has been a food writer, restaurant critic, culinary teacher, and cookbook author. Let's join her now as we enter the wonderful world of creativity in the kitchens of Lake County to explore the back of the house.
In 2004, we began to film the back of the house, and one of the first restaurants that I chose was Vic's Embers. And it was an icon then, and it is an icon now. It's a landmark. It's not even a destination place, just north of the Leesburg airport. Everyone knows where it is. No one has to be told where Vic's Embers is. And at that time, I interviewed just Vic, your father, who did some tableside wonderful dishes for us, his Caesar salad and bananas Foster. But it's been a number of years. And you, Victor, are the third generation actually of chefs, aren't you?
Yes.
But you have taken this city again by storm, as though it's a brand new restaurant with new concepts, and yet with the old flavor that your dad has put in. Tell me a little bit about our favorite Vic, will you please?
I can tell you he's a great father.
So are you. I saw your daughter the other day.
Well, and they're growing up in the business, 14 and 12 now, and they enjoy it. But I've grown up in the business since I was 7, 8 years old. And it was a place where I spent time with him if we wanted to see each other. But on top of just being a great father, he's also a wonderful boss. He's been a wonderful teacher.
And I might add, a charmer of the city.
Yeah,
the women come in here and they just stand there and look at him, even today.
That is true. That is true. But he's been very successful in everything that he's helped out around the community, and opening different restaurants and venues, from diners in Wildwood to food and beverage at premier golf courses around the area.
Well, this restaurant is not by mistake, and it takes daily hard work, tremendous concentration, and it's your home. It's your life. And it shows, yes, and you know what you're doing, and you're going to do it for us today again.
We are. We're going to do a little tableside presentation out here, the steak Diane, for you tonight.
Oh, yum! And we're also going to go in your kitchen.
We're going to go in the kitchen and prepare a few different meals back there for you, and we're going to end the program with our homemade croissant bread pudding.
Oh yes, let's go.
Okay.
We're in my very favorite kitchen. And I really mean that. Victor, we've been here before, but if I were to have a kitchen for a restaurant, this is what I would build. Everything is pivotal. It's large, but it's not huge, and it's all clean and stainless steel with every imaginable equipment.
All this equipment, 25 years this September.
Really?
All original.
And you pull out 700 meals out of this kitchen?
And easy, daily.
You cater, and the catering you do is amazing. Everything from tapas to full course, fancy, gourmet, sit-down, wonderful dinners. And you'll cater everything from a honeymoon couple to
breakfast in bed for 2 with a bottle of champagne and stemmed roses.
Husband, are you listening?
Barbecues for $2,500. Traveled as far as Lake Ponderay, Idaho for a group of scientists from Georgia Tech, to 3 meals a day, 7 days a week for all the LifeStream behavioral hospitals in Lake and Sumter County.
And you also bring meals in to friends of ours where they have had an operation or they're unable to cook, and you will cater to them.
For
amazing.
2, 3 people to
Yes.
3,500.
All right, now we're here, and you're going to make my favorite dessert.
Your new favorite.
Yes.
This
It is. I mean,
this is a dessert that I created last summer, and I can tell you we sell a lot of it, Valerie. This is my homemade croissant bread pudding. I've already cut up our fresh croissants, but I use roughly 14, 15 large croissants.
you're using croissants and not French bread?
Not French bread.
Let me see. May I?
Yes.
They really are. That's why it's. Okay, go ahead.
Those are our croissants already cut. We're going to go ahead and make the sauce to go over the top of that. We're going to use a whole quart of heavy cream, whole quart of half and half, eggs, sugar, and I've really taken a liking.
Don't even think count calories. Just eat.
I have taken a liking to this new vanilla. It's butter and nut flavored vanilla.
Can I get it in the store?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it made by McCormick?
It's McCormick brand.
Okay.
That's a 2-ounce bottle. I will roughly use about an ounce of it in this.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Are you using, those look like large eggs but not jumbo eggs?
They're large.
They're large.
Yes.
So if I were to use jumbo eggs, I would cut back on the eggs.
I'm using 10. If you're using jumbo, I'd go down to about 8.
Okay. You're using 10 large eggs.
10 large
Okay.
eggs. 4 cups of white sugar.
4 cups white sugar. Show off, one hand egg cracking.
Go ahead and add that sugar there. And like I said, we're going to use it. That's a 2-ounce bottle. We're going to use about an ounce of it.
This is an expensive thing to make with a heavy cream and yes.
It is. We use, we'll make the sauce in just a minute, but close to a bottle of rum. That's the good stuff. All right.
And you added your cream first and then your eggs instead of adding eggs and beating them a little bit and adding the cream to it.
I normally do it the other way.
Oh, I shouldn't have said something then.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking that why I'm stirring it here.
I'm sorry. I thought I had a whole new technique here.
All right. With that.
I'm going to put my little bread in here too for now. Okay.
I've already sprayed a pan here, Valerie.
And what did you spray that with?
With just a non-stick vegetable oil.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and put our croissants right in here.
This looks like it's going to serve 100 people.
Well, you know the generous portions that we
Yes.
offer.
We had one the other night for the table of 4 of us. We ordered 1 bread pudding. I didn't get very much. Next time we'll order 2 because they ate it all before I could get my hands on it. There we go.
There we go. And then I'm just going to push these down. The croissants will absorb all that cream, butter, and sugar.
If I were to use French bread, how many loaves of French bread would I use? Is that just like 1 loaf of French bread, or how many croissants would I use?
This is 14 croissants.
Okay.
The large jumbo croissants.
Okay, and the French bread, what, a loaf or?
French bread.
It wouldn't be the same though.
It might be. I need to try that sometime.
Well,
the croissants are one of my favorite
that's a
pastries.
treat.
We're going to let that sit for about a half hour.
Okay.
Throw it in the oven. Prepare it for about 45 minutes. We'll bring it back out. But in the meantime, I'll show you how we make our rum sauce.
Yes.
And then we'll have that as a tasting out at the table.
Great. Do you want me to move these things for you?
I'll do that right now.
Okay.
in our sauce now. Got some pans that are a little warm already. It's a European blend style butter, salted.
What would you say that is? Is that 4 tablespoons maybe? How much?
That is about a quarter of a cup, or about a quarter of a pound, I'm sorry.
It is a quarter of a pound.
Quarter of a
Okay.
pound. In that, before it gets too hot, I'm going to whip up 2 egg yolks. Add about a half a cup of butter, maybe. Or, I'm sorry, rum.
And that's white rum you're using?
White rum.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and add in those egg yolks and stir that into that mixture before it gets too hot. We don't want scrambled egg.
No wonder it's so good. And this is?
Powdered sugar.
Okay. How much powdered sugar are you going to add?
Probably about 2 cups.
So we have a quarter pound of butter, and we have 2 egg yolks, and we have 2 cups of powdered sugar, and what did I
about a half
miss?
cup of the white rum.
And the rum.
Don't forget the rum.
How much white rum did you use?
About a half a cup.
Half a cup. This is wonderful.
Pull that off of there. I'm going to let that sit back here for a little bit, Valerie. And when the bread pudding is hot, when the bread pudding comes out, that'll be ready to go right over the top of it.
All right.
All right.
We are about to savor something that is truly king's eating, and that is another favorite of all of ours, and you cannot get it, I don't think, anywhere else in our area made properly. And of course, with your training, and where is it that your degree is from?
Johnson & Wales University.
It doesn't get better.
No.
But it's also in the heart. It's in the soul. It's in the hands. And you have it.
Cooking is.
Oh, yes. Now, but this escargot, I can smell the garlic. Tell us what we have here.
We're going to add the escargot. We have a little bit of drawn butter, garlic, minced garlic, some classic herb seasoning.
What is classic herb seasoning?
It's a blend. It's a Cisco product.
Okay.
A blend of different herbs from your thyme and rosemary and oregano, a little bit of white pepper and.
Well, so could I get Italian seasoning at the grocery store?
You could get an Italian.
Or?
They sell classic.
They sell mixed herbs?
They do sell a
Oh,
nice
okay.
classic herb seasoning,
All right.
or you can always get it from us. White wine, lemon, garnished with a little parsley.
Oh, it's wonderful. By the way, escargot are snails.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
just want to make that clear. Escargot are snails, so don't anybody say, ooh, snails.
All right. And we have an escargot dish back here, Valerie.
Uh-huh.
We like to get that nice and hot as we're preparing the escargot. We like it to go out boiling to the table. We're going to go ahead and add our classic herb. And our garlic. Never have too much garlic in escargot.
French perfume.
And add one,
How many do you
two.
serve each person?
We do orders of 6.
And of course, you have to have lots of your wonderful homemade bread to lap it up.
That we do.
I mean, the more gravy, the better. Forget the escargot, just bring on the gravy. or sauce?
Oh, you have to have the fresh French bread to
Oh,
dip in. Add a little lemon.
that's clever. You did it through the napkin so that the seeds wouldn't go in.
Correct.
Ah, I'm learning.
You've known that, Tyler. All right. Well, there we are. We're going to let that simmer for about 5 minutes.
Will that thicken as it simmers?
No.
No.
There's no thickening agent in there
Okay.
at all.
No. Oh, it's wonderful. Okay, we'll wait.
All right.
And then, wait, what is this?
Mushrooms?
So you're going to put it on top of the
No,
mushroom?
I've cut up some and they're already here in the
Oh. And this is your
parsley.
parsley for the thini.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to put a mushroom in the bottom of each dish here, Valerie.
Ah.
You hear those things sizzle in there?
Don't waste the gravy. Sauce. I want it all.
There we go. I'm going to sneak away from the kitchen just for a second.
All right.
I'm going to sneak this side up, yeah.
I was wondering how you were going to get that off of there without burning your hands. Oh, Victor.
All right. How does that look?
It looks good enough to eat. It'll have to cool just a few
Yeah,
minutes.
it's
Wonderful.
too early
And
to
by the
try
way,
that
your
one.
food always comes out hot. Everything.
Straight from here to there. We're off the grill.
Absolutely.
Here we are. One of my favorite appetizers, our tuna sashimi. We use a bluefin sushi grade bluefin tuna.
Doesn't smell fishy.
Not this fish.
Nope, does
you
not
can eat
smell
it just
fishy.
the way it is right there.
Mm-mm.
But here what we're going to do is we're going to lightly dust it with fresh ground pepper. Both sides.
That's a pretty heavy dusting.
You're going to lose some of it in
It's
the...
supposed to taste that way, right?
You're going to lose a little bit of it. We're going to throw that. I've got a real hot skillet here.
Oh. So you're going to sear it?
I'm going to sear it right in that hot pan.
And you have nothing in that pan.
Nothing in that.
I don't know where I could buy tuna like this to have or to make myself. I have to come here. I mean, it's impossible to find it of that quality.
It's very difficult to find it in a local market.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm not sure if you're aware of, or a lot of people out there, that we have a butcher block that's available on our website. Whether you like a good bluefin tuna, any of our raw steaks, fresh ground hamburger that we take from our trimmings and we grind fresh ourselves every day, is available for people to come in, purchase, take home, and fill in their own
Really?
grills.
Do I just come to your door, or do I
Come
go?
to the door. You can go online at our website and go under the butcher block.
And order it and pick up. What by butcher block? Do I go into VixEmbers.com?
VixEmbers.com.
And then what?
And then we have a part of our website that says butcher block.
This is very good to
link
know.
And you can go on there and order fillets, ribeyes, New Yorks, whole prime ribs, whole tenderloins, sushi grade yellowfin tuna, whatever you'd like.
And you are still known #1 for your steaks. Yes.
Thank you. I am just barely touching both sides of that, Valerie.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to bring that right over here. I'm going to, I like mine very raw. I could eat sushi.
You have to know where to eat it, though. I will not eat it in most restaurants, to be honest with you.
Some people like it seared a little bit more, but once you get a hold of a good supply of tuna or salmon, you won't be afraid at all.
Victor, I can't stand it one more minute. Just hand me a little taste.
I'll give you that piece right there, Valerie.
Don't tell anybody. Yes.
That was going to be my lunch today there.
Oh, yes.
Just like a filet mignon.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Just like a medium rare filet mignon. Now, Valerie, when we've done the tuna sashimi, would you like to go to the dining room and we'll prepare a nice steak Diane for you? And I've got a great bottle of wine to open up. It's got your name on it.
I thought you'd never ask.
Let's go.
Well, Victor,
Okay.
I am ready for the entree, pièce de résistance. Are you ready to perform?
I am, Valerie. Steak Diane for you. I am going to coat just the bottom of this pan with just a little bit of drawn butter. Get that good and hot. Add just a little bit of sliced white onion.
Is that the sweet onion?
They're the sweet onions, yes ma'am. And we're using our filet mignon today. That's what we use for our steak Dianes. It's a center cut of the whole beef tenderloin. And I prefer the country Dijon mustard. We're going to add a little bit on just to coat each side of that tenderloin.
You say country Dijon, so it's not Grey Poupon?
It's a Grey Poupon, a country style.
Okay.
Made with white wine, and it's a little more coarse.
Uh-huh.
On top of that, I am going to add a little bit of pepper. And I'm going to put that mustard side down right into that hot pan there. And I'm going to do the same thing to this side.
And I like it fairly rare.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite.
Or medium rare,
I'm going
but
to back this up just a little bit from you. You're going to feel some heat, but I promise not to catch you on fire.
now what is that? What did you
Brandy.
put? This is brandy.
Yes, ma'am. Thought I was gonna-
Yow. I've always said I wish we had smell-o-vision on these programs.
It won't be long.
Now what is that? Au jus?
This is beef au jus
Okay.
and some more white mushrooms. Love the mixtures of the flavors of those that country mustard and the brandy and that au jus, and they just all go together real well.
It smells wonderful. You know, when you cook with all the good stuff, as you have been during this show, tell me it doesn't make a difference. I mean, after all, you can, anybody, not anybody, but people can be good cooks. But when you use quality products, it does make a difference.
Buying a BMW or a And just to finish off this dish, you and I both like it a little on the medium rare, the more rare side.
Well, because the meat is so tender and so good.
Okay. Now the tuna that you just tried, as raw as that. I mean, that was barely seared.
I would not eat that anywhere else. Everyone knows that I do not eat anything raw that swims or flies. It's different when I come here.
Thank you for trying that. But did it not taste just like a filet mignon?
Yes, it did. Yes,
not
it did.
Fishy.
And you serve that icy cold inside, don't you?
Yes.
Because
yes.
that's the whole secret. Seared on the outside and icy cold inside. What a treat. Now, what is this?
This is just a little thickening agent here.
Is that cornstarch?
We use a thickening agent with a little bit of cornstarch water.
Okay.
Or arrowroot.
Okay, you use arrowroot. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I'm just thickening it up to a demi-glaze, not a gravy.
Yes. Just it. So the sauce will coat the meat.
Just. Yes. All right, I'm going to pull our plate up here.
It's wonderful. And this is what you're known for.
All of our steaks are hand cut to order. Take some of those shallots and mushrooms right over the top of it.
Is anybody
there,
out there
Valerie?
jealous that I'm going to get to eat this and not you? I have people coming up to me and saying, boy, would I love your job. Not always, but yes, now. Beautiful.
All right, Valerie.
I'm ready.
There you are.
All right, you know, we really ought to bring out the other things that you have made to show the finished product.
Valerie, while you're biting into that, I will go back to the kitchen, get the rest of everything, and bring it right out for us.
Perfect.
Enjoy.
Victor, okay, we know what we have. Explain it.
All right. Well, we started off today making our homemade bread pudding, and we're going to end with it. Then we made our escargot, fresh escargot and the white mushrooms, lots of garlic and white wine and lemon, still bubbling. Then we made our tuna sashimi, a bluefin sushi grade tuna, served over a small bed of marinated seaweed salad, fresh wasabi, pickled ginger,
love the pickled ginger,
soy sauce.
And that soy sauce, that's not sherry.
No, soy sauce.
I don't think it even needs it, but we'll try it.
It really doesn't.
Yes.
It doesn't.
It's
some
just
people
so
prefer
wonderful,
it.
pure. All right, and my
then your
steak
steak
Diane,
Diane.
I've already been digging into.
Great.
I will share this with you.
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely. I can never get too much of the bread pudding.
God, let me taste the top first.
And a little bit of homemade whipped cream and fresh shaved nutmeg on top.
Victor, it has been a treat. It has been a pleasure. It has been sinful. And if you don't mind, I'll come again.
Please
Well,
do.
I'll come
we
to eat and
always
enjoy.
love having Valerie and the show back at the house. So any time that we can have you, we'd be more than happy to.
It is just so wonderful to be here. Give your dad a big hug for me.
I sure will.
Okay?
I sure will.
And your children, and you just keep on going. You're amazing.
Thank you
Here's
so
to
much,
you.
Valerie.